Today we're going to be talking about the fundamentals for constipation support. I have 3 pieces that are essential. Everyone who's suffering from constipation needs to be doing this, and I have 3 more advanced recommendations that we tailor to the patient. Hey folks, my name's Todd Mansfield, clinical herbalist here in Byron Bay, Australia, and we are talking about constipation. I see a lot of constipation. There are dozens of different reasons and causes for constipation. We can do functional testing commonly to get to the bottom of that. But today, the fundamentals. What does every patient get recommended to do? And this can really make or break a treatment. So really important to follow it, really important to stick to the fundamentals. And our goal is to get the body synced up, get that digestion back into balance so that you don't have to be on an extended treatment plan to keep those bowels moving and to keep you regular. So the first essential, hydration. Most people are dehydrated. They're not consuming enough water. There's some kind of like back of the napkin math that you can do to work out hydration. But I like to start most of my patients who are chronically constipated on a minimum of 2 liters of hydrating fluids a day. So what does that mean? You know, I drink 3 coffees a day, that keeps me regular. Is that hydrating me? Absolutely not. Black tea? Absolutely not. Water. Just good, clean, filtered water. Not tap water from, an industrial city, but really clean water, hydrating you, lubricating those bowels, making sure that they're not hard to pass and dry and, really, straining and, all those issues that lead to other, conditions, things like hemorrhoids. So stay hydrated. You can mix in some alkalizing minerals if you want. That can really help. That's a bit more of an advanced recommendation. Sticking to the fundamentals, sticking to the essentials. Second essential would be the anatomical position. There is some science around this. There's some anatomy around this. The way that, the majority of us sit to have a bowel movement is not conducive to proper elimination. So my recommendation would be to get a little stool, Squatty Potty, Easy Stool, you can purchase them. We just have a little stool that we picked up from a hardware store, sits off to the right, comes over, feet up, lean forward, and let the bowel movements happen. That can be so effective. Hydration, proper anatomical position. Number 3 for fundamentals would be exercise. And this doesn't have to be strenuous exercise. Patients who are suffering from severe constipation find that movement can help keep them regular. I've got a few patients who have reported, look, I just picked up running, bowel movements are so much better. Helps with that migrating motor complex, helps with the peristalsis, helps with the kind of muscles that contract to empty your bowel. So you have to move. Doesn't need to be strenuous. My goal, even for patients that are chronically fatigued, I would be working up to 10,000 steps. Most of our smartphones can track how many steps we're taking. It's not hard to get 10,000 steps if you make it a commitment. A walk after the evening meal, walk the dog. You could even do a business meeting walk, maybe over the phone instead of, over a video conferencing app. Those are the fundamentals. Have to have them in. That's essential. If you're not doing that, forget about the advanced options. Got 3 additional advanced recommendations. This doesn't mean that everyone gets these. We're working towards fundamentals, work the fundamentals, get the results over time, layering on some of the more advanced ones that will be locally accessible for you. Number 1 would be bulking laxatives. I talked about it in a previous video right here. We talked about flaxseed being my favorite, ground flaxseed. And I recommend people just get in the habit of making smoothies. That's a good way to get adequate nutrition and micronutrients and some herbs as well. I love maca in my smoothies. It's really helpful for my energy and my vitality. My skin, I find maca really helps with my skin. But other really big ones, they can be chia seeds that can really help to lubricate the bowels. Hemp seeds, fantastic. And that's a huge tip from Chinese medicine. Again, that will help to lubricate those bowels, bulk those stools. Psyllium husks, that's something that most people have played around with if they're constipated. That can backfire. You need to be pretty well hydrated. That's why the fundamentals have to be there, because psyllium husk can just actually dry out the whole kind of bowel and lead to more bowel movement that's not moving, so more constipation, worsening of constipation. Second advanced recommendation, prebiotics and probiotics. Again, I've talked about it in a previous video. PHGG would be a big one. It's a soluble fiber that really helps to build up that microbiome and rebalance it. It is not normal to be constipated. That is a symptom, and there's definitely some underlying reason. There's a root cause that we have to address to get everything to click into gear and resolve the symptoms. Probiotics would be another advanced recommendation. Just a general supplement, probiotic off the shelf can really help. If we're getting specific, which can help in the clinic, I find that Bifidobacterium lactis HN019, bit of a mouthful, they don't make it easy, can really help to kind of speed that gut transit time and improve those bowel movements. Even foods with probiotics in them. So, things like yogurt can really help, kefir can help, kombucha, that can be reactive if you tolerate it maybe. Things like sauerkraut can help as well. The last advanced recommendation that I do make when I need to is magnesium, and the particular type of magnesium that I recommend, again, when I need to, when someone is very constipated, would be magnesium oxide. It's not a great magnesium for, whole health, and that's because the oxide part of the magnesium really prevents the absorption of magnesium into the body. So basically with magnesium oxide, you consume, a decent amount, again, if you really need that laxative effect in the evening before bed, empty tummy if you can. It travels through the digestive tract overnight, into the large bowel, draws water into the bowel, so it's a bit of an osmotic laxative, and in the morning you have an easy to pass, softer stool. It's a bit of a band-aid, that's not going to be curative. That's why the fundamentals are important. Working through some of those advanced recommendations, and if we need to, magnesium oxide, just to make you feel better, because no one feels great when they're not moving their bowels, and we're looking for significant symptom improvements once we get them emptying the bowels, get the fundamentals in, keep that momentum going, and then dropping away on the magnesium oxide when you don't need it anymore. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you want to hear about, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video.